What's going on, guys, and welcome to the start of a new series that I'm going to do on F1 2015. It's called the Back to Front Challenge. So basically I'm going to be driving as Lewis Hamilton in the Mercedes car in championship season mode, and I'm going to start every race at the back of the grid. So I'm not going to do any qualifying, start at the back. I'm not going to run any setup on the car, and just see in each race how far up the grid I can get in the fastest car and hopefully challenge for wins. So without further ado, let's get to the first race in Melbourne, Australia, round 1. Okay then, so here we are on the grid in Australia. We've got the two Manners in front of us and my teammate Nico Rosberg is on pole. Away we go for this back to front challenge. And we don't get the best of getaways, just about matching the Manners, but we go up the inside of both of them and they've taken us out. One of the Manners, I think it might have been Merry, has taken us out at the first corner. Luckily we haven't got any damage, but we are now a long way behind the main pack. Alonso is in P17, we can see him, he's maybe 3 or 4 seconds ahead, and we cut to the end of lap 1 and we've already caught up to the back of the two McLaren Hondas, and we dive it up the inside of both of them, and also Nico Hülkenberg in the Force India, who's quite a long way down the field compared to where he normally is. And this is now on to lap 2. We're coming up to the back of Carlos Sainz in the Toro Rosso, and we make the move on him and also on Romain Grosjean going into turn 3 on lap 2. That's P13 already. And next up will be Max Verstappen. This is further into lap 2. We're right on the toe of Max Verstappen as we come through this fast left-right chicane. Get a good exit there, and we're pulling alongside Verstappen, and that's job done, P12, before we even get to the braking zone. Next up is Daniel Ricciardo in the Red Bull. We're already not too far away from the top 10, and this is only lap 3. Going up the inside of Ricciardo now, going into turn 3, and again a double overtake as we get past Perez, although he's still there on the outside, but we managed to make it stick. And now further into lap 3, we're now looking at Maldonado in P9, and there's Marcus Ericsson just ahead of him in P8. And we're in the slipstream of Maldonado as we come into this right-hander, and we brake rather late and we've hit Marcus Ericsson, so we're going to let him back through for P9 because that wasn't really a fair move by us there. So P9, Ericsson in the Sauber just ahead. This is lap 4, we've got DRS, this should be quite an easy move now. Once again into turn 3, braking alongside Marcus Ericsson, and that is P8 now, and it's the other Sauber of Felipe Nasr up ahead in P7. So the Sauber's doing quite well here as we now cut to the start of lap 6. We don't have DRS, but we are very close to the back of Nasr. We're going to stick it up the inside into turn 3 once more. Can we get it slowed down? Just about. And that's now P7 on lap 6. We're on the prime tyres, by the way, for this first stint, with the AI being on the options. And you can see there my teammate Nico Rosberg is actually the first of the front runners to pit onto the prime tyres at the start of lap 7, so he's got a 9-lap stint to do on those prime tyres, which might be pushing it a little bit. This is now the end of lap 7 and there's a couple more guys in the pits. That's Felipe Massa and Sebastian Vettel, so we're up to P4 now as our pit window has opened, and we get very squirmy on the exit of turn 1. Tyres starting to go off a bit, perhaps the prime tyres. This is now the end of lap 8. We're going to come into the pits and change onto the options for a 7-lap stint to the end. So I think all the AI are switching from options to primes. So we're going to have the advantage in terms of the tyres that we're on. We've also done a bit of fuel saving in the early part of this race, so we can run it in rich for these final few laps. We're in P5 as we come down the pit lane. We'll probably be in P6 or 7 in fact as we come out. And we close up behind Daniel Kvyat now on lap 9, and we feel so much faster on these tyres. As you can see, I've got about a lap's worth of fuel spare as we go up the inside of Daniel Kvyat into the right-hander. That's job done, P6. Next up is the two Williams cars. Valtteri Bottas is in 5th place and Felipe Massa is 4th. This is lap 10 now. We've got DRS on Bottas, and we might have a look up the inside into turn 3 once more. And we've just got so much more grip on the option tyres. Even though we slightly outbroke ourselves there, it was still quite an easy move to get past Valtteri Bottas. Next up is Massa as we're coming down the straight with DRS and all these cars coming out of the pits. That's Fernando Alonso in P18, and he's slightly put us off there. We've missed our braking point and gone wide at turn 1. But I think those guys are making their second stop because they're being lapped by us there. But anyway, lap 11. And we are now going to make a move up the inside of Felipe Massa. He gives us space. And you saw us there coming up to the back of Marcus Ericsson in the Sauber. So we were coming up to lap him there. He must have made a second pit stop as well. So we're in P4. We can see ahead of us the Ferrari of Vettel. And on the mini-map, I think that's Raikkonen a little bit further ahead. And there's Rosberg up front. We've got 4 laps to go. We are on the quicker tyres, but it might be difficult for us to really pass all 3 of these guys for the win. A podium is definitely possible. The win maybe not so. But we'll see how we get on as we go towards the second sector on lap 12. And green flag there, but the engineer's telling me that there's a yellow flag up ahead and that someone's gone off. And there's a couple of cars there, and that's Nasser, and Kimi Raikkonen was caught up in that, so he's dropped down. We're in 3rd place. So we're on the podium and catching Sebastian Vettel still. Yellow flags again. There's another slow car, and that's Rosberg. My teammate Nico Rosberg has got a problem of some sort, and we're now up into 2nd place and challenging Vettel for the lead. And we're gaining hand over fist on him. So now, all of a sudden, a battle for the final podium spot has turned into a battle for the lead of this Grand Prix, and surely we're going to get this done with DRS. What on earth happened with my teammate Rosberg? And the engineer telling me that he's had a puncture. I'm guessing there was an incident with the Sauber, the slow Sauber there, and now we're in DRS range with Vettel, Slipstream. We set a fastest lap and we're going up the inside to take the lead of this Grand Prix on lap 13. With 3 laps to go on faster tyres. Surely this is going to be an easy win for us now. We're already quite far ahead of Sebastian Vettel, and we've got the better tyres, so surely that's going to be job done. Race win in the first round here in Australia. And now we cut ahead to the final few corners. Once again, for the 2nd time for a race in Australia, I've benefited from mistakes by the AI drivers who were leading to take the win. As we come up to the final corner now in Australia, Rosberg setting the fastest lap. He must have gone onto the option tyres. But we are going to come across the line and get the best possible start to this back to front challenge. It's a race win here at Albert Park, Melbourne, Australia. Ahead of the 2 Ferraris, Vettel in 2nd, Kimi Raikkonen in 3rd, and it's top step on the podium for the first race of this series, and I did not expect that. I knew I was quite fast around here, but I did not expect to get the win, especially at the start of lap 12 when it looked like I thought I could catch Vettel for sure for P3, but beyond that I thought Raikkonen and Rosberg were possibly too far ahead. But then that incident has just gifted us the win. And there you have it. Victory by 3 seconds from Sebastian Vettel. Nico Rosberg had a penalty as well, a 5-second penalty. So he doesn't score any points. He finished in 11th place. There's a few guys there making 2 stops. Daniel Kvyat in 6th place for Red Bull. He sort of made the 2-stop work. And you see all the guys towards the back making 2, 3 stops even there. Was that Merry? Merry and the man who made 3 stops. And 2 guys who didn't finish, Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez with DNFs. And that's obviously going to put us top of the championship standings after the first race, with the 2 Ferraris close behind, but no points for my teammate Rosberg, crucially. So we've opened up a 25-point gap over him already. And now I just want to look at the replay. Yet again, a race incident involving the leader around Australia. This time it was Rosberg, so we can see what's going to happen here. There's a slow Sauber in front of him, and yet again a slow car just cutting across the front of the leader. And I think Rosberg has, well, we know he had a puncture because the engineer told us, and that was Raikkonen going very slowly to get around the Sauber. So Vettel gets in front of Raikkonen, I get in front of Raikkonen, and I didn't really slow down, whereas the other guys did. Maybe I should have got a penalty for that because there were yellow flags. But there we can see Vettel and I overtaking Rosberg, who has that puncture, and a 5-second penalty for some reason. I don't quite understand that. And then I will go on to overtake Sebastian Vettel for the lead and win the race from there. So that brings to an end a pretty dramatic first round of this back to front challenge. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more from this series, and hopefully I will see you all for round 2 in Malaysia. Until next time guys, bye bye.